Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Mark Brajak here, coming to you live. Well, not really live. I always say that. From Digby. Currently in Digby, Nova Scotia, and tomorrow my plan is to take the ferry to go to St. John, New Brunswick, which is the other side of the Bay of Fundy from where my current location is. Over the last few days, I've been going through changes, hence the name of the title of this video. And when I say that I'm going through changes, I mean that I feel like there are certain things that I'm not sharing about this trip, or that I'm not addressing, or that I'm not talking about, or that I'm not letting you guys in on. In other words, I feel like I'm a little bit out of integrity when I'm calling this a hike for humanity. And I'm going to talk about some of those things. Now, I want to go back to pretty much the very start of this trip, like when I was planning this trip, okay? Because when I got the idea to do a backpacking journey across Canada, I wanted to make it something big. I wanted to make it something bigger than myself. And I do see the finish. I have the vision for it. Like I can see it. What I don't have the vision for is why I'm doing this trip. And from the very beginning, people ask me, like almost every day, people ask me, why are you doing this trip? And I give them the answer. And the answer that I give them is, I had a friend who walked last year from Chicago to LA. It took him 4 months, and every day he was posting videos on Facebook. When he made it about halfway across the country, which was like, I believe it was Texas, I started to follow his journey every single day until pretty much the end of his trip. And after he was done his trip, I said, wow, why can't I do something like that? I definitely wasn't going to walk across Canada. Actually, at first I did have that idea. And then I was like, I think it'd be a lot more fun to hitchhike. It'd be a lot more interesting, because just walking alone, that's pretty awesome. To know that somebody in 2015 could walk across the freaking country and survive, that is awesome. Now, how about hitchhiking? Because there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, hitchhiking is dangerous, or hitchhiking is this, hitchhiking is that, or whatever. And that's fine. I mean, it's the way that I was grown up in society. So I just said, okay, what is the biggest challenge that I could think of where if I commit to it, I'm not going to freak out? Like Joe Rogan said, I think he said in an interview, he's like, do something like outside of your comfort zone, but don't do it like that it's so far out of your comfort zone where you just freak out about it and then you don't get anything done. Do something big that you think, okay, this is feasible, and if I do this, I could blow my own mind. And this is what I want to do. And almost every single day, my mind gets blown by how much that I'm supported by the universe. And some of you guys might call it God or karma or the universe or whatever. My mind gets blown almost every day because I'm experiencing new things. Now, people ask me, where are you? What's going on? Whatever. And I was talking with my coach last week, and I told him, Dorian, who's my friend who walked from Chicago to LA, I talked to him on the phone, and I said, I feel like if I walked this trip, I could be a lot farther ahead. And then I thought to myself, is that really what it's all about, though? No, it's not. And then I helped a woman at the grocery store, and I was like, wow, if I wasn't here, then I wouldn't be here helping this woman. And then I made the post on Facebook, and I said, if we are able to help someone today, then that's a confirmation that no matter how slow we think we're moving, that we are exactly where we deserve to be, where we need to be, where we're supposed to be, or whatever kind of words you want to throw in there. Very particular about words, by the way. Now, when I say that I'm out of integrity, there's a few things that I want to address, okay? Now, back to the start of this trip. So my friend inspired me to want to do this. And then around the same time, I had a mentor and he asked me, shout out to Dorman Mattioli. And he said, what would you do with your life? And I said, this is what I would do. And he said, okay, then do it. And I said, okay. And so here I am. I'm in Digby. I made it from St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm in Digby, and I have a solid plan to get all the way to Moncton by the end of this week. That is freaking awesome. That alone blows my mind that I was able to do that. And I hope that my trip is inspiring other people, because I want this to be something that helps other people. I want people to follow me along and see what I'm up to and stuff like that. And if people don't want to follow my journey, then that's fine. Everybody has their own life that they've got to live, or that they have their own responsibilities that they're taking care of. And that's fine. I totally respect that. I don't need everybody to follow my journey and all this kind of stuff and praise me and all that kind of stuff. What I will say is that I would really like to inspire a lot of people on this trip. And maybe there's going to be someone out there that wants to do something like, I want to walk around the globe because of what you said in that one video, or because of what you did when you backpacked across Canada. I mean, that would be like a bonus. Another thing I want to talk about is I had a friend around the same time. So my coach finishes Walk Across Route 66. My other coach, our accountability coach I was working with at the time, in the fourth quarter of last year, said, if you had 6 months left to live, what would you do with your life? And I gave him an answer. I said, I would backpack across Canada. And then around the same time, a trifecta occurred. And a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go to Europe in the summer of 2016, and we can go backpack there. And I said, yeah, I'm down. And it was like a day or two later, he called me back and he says, I haven't even seen my own country yet. I said, that sounds like a good idea too. Why don't we do that first, at least? Let's do that. Let's start with that. Let's do Canada. Because then we don't have to worry about currency exchanges, and we don't have to worry about language, and be so much easier for us to get a job if we wanted to stop and work somewhere for a little bit and make a little bit extra money. Let's do Canada. So him and I, we put our heads together and we came up with the mission statement, which was inspiring our generation to live from their highest self and instill confidence to grow into their wildest dreams. That was the mission statement. And then it was like within a week or two after that occurred, and we created a logo, and we started creating these marketing cards that some people only in Newfoundland received on this trip, that he decided to back out, venture off into something different. And so I was stuck with this branding. I was stuck with this Hike for Humanity thing and this mission statement, and that we were going to inspire a bunch of people, and that we were going to go to schools, and we were going to talk to students and stuff like that. And now I'm like, do I really want to do that? Like, do I really want to go out of my way to set up these meetings and talk to kids? And hey, don't get me wrong, I would love to talk to kids. I would love to do that kind of stuff. I'd love for someone to call me up and be like, hey, Mark, we saw your message. We know who you are. We've been following you along. We'd love for you to come and say a few things. And I would love to do that. And that has happened before. Maybe not at a school yet. That I would love to do. But in this moment right now, there are certain things in my life that I'm taking care of. There are certain responsibilities that I'm taking care of, like survival, like finding a place to stay, like there's my book. I'm working on my book right now, and I'm working on getting the prints done so that I could provide that for you guys who have been asking me, I want like a first edition copy of your book, or I want like the print or whatever. And I'm working on that. So to give you guys a quick update, I want to let you guys know that I have removed the mission statement, and that I'm going to maybe possibly, I'd like to probably do a little bit of changing of the whole branding of what this Hike for Humanity thing is all about. Because one thing that I was told at the very beginning of this trip was I could call this whatever I wanted. I could call this, I'm some bum who is traveling across Canada, follow me now. And people are going to want to follow only because of the reason why I'm doing it. And the honest answer is I don't have a freaking clue why I'm doing this. All I know is that when my coach asked me if you had 6 months left to live, I gave him the answer that at the time was sitting on my heart. And so what I've done is I've committed to that, and I'm going to Victoria, BC, and I'm not coming home until I get there. Well, I'll stop on the way home because I want to go see my dog, and I like to see my family too, and give them hugs and kisses and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll continue to Victoria, and then I'll probably either fly back or hitchhike back, or I don't freaking know. The other thing is that the other reason why that I've decided to retract the mission statement of Hike for Humanity is because I just don't feel the energy anymore without my buddy being there. Like the one who put his head with me, because it'd be different if he was my coach. And the reality is he's not my coach. At the time, he was supposed to be my partner in doing this trip with me. And hey, shout out to you, man. You know who you are. I'm not going to drop any names. Because if it wasn't for you, then I probably wouldn't be here right now. And as well as this one younger woman that was helping me to jumpstart this trip, as well as my two coaches, Dorian and Dortmund. I mean, shout out to you guys, and and my family. Like I chose to get a blessing from my family before I decided to start this trip. And it's not the people that are here. Like I thank people that are in Newfoundland that helped me to get to where I am now in Digby. I am so grateful for that. I want to make it prevalent that there are people before I even landed in St. John's, Newfoundland, that there are people that I would like to thank. And most of them know who they are. And also my sponsor, Rare Form Underwear. Shout out to you, Ryan Fields. Go kill it, man. Like, you're on Dragon's Den this season. That's freaking awesome. So there's so that has happened in my life that I'm really grateful for. Let's see. And I guess the last thing I want to talk about was some partying that I've been doing. I feel more and more, I don't mean to sound patriotic. I feel like I'm about to negate what I just said. But I don't mean to sound patriotic, but I feel like I'm becoming more and more of a Canadian. Like this whole experience of like what it means to be a Canadian, or even to be a person, doesn't even matter where anybody comes from, or the people that have helped me along the way, because I've had some foreigners help me out along the way too. I feel like I'm becoming more Canadian. And in a way, this is what I mean. This is the part where I'm saying in this title, it says thinking out loud. I feel like I'm becoming more of a Canadian. I'm just thinking out loud when I say that, okay? Because over the last, and the reason why I bring this up is because over the last few days, like I've been partying. I think I went like 4 or 5 days in a row where I was drinking, not like getting slobbered or anything like that, but it's like, oh, here, take a drink, or here, take one more drink. And then I'd be cut off after like 2 or 3. Sometimes I'd only have like 1 drink a day, but in my old life back home, like this would never happen. I would have like 1 drink like a week or 2, maybe 2 drinks in 2 weeks or something like that, you know? But that's the way that it's just been happening lately. When a certain sense of hospitality comes up, and a mentor, this question is drilled in my mind like almost every day from Dortmund. If you had 6 months left to live, what would you do with your life? Would I go to this campfire? Would I go and like do this experience in the woods and have a good time? I got a little piece of fluff right here. It's kind of annoying. Would I go and do this? And the answer at the time was yes. Now, too much of anything is no good. So I'm sure that if I do this too often, then I'm going to give it a break, or I'm going to give it up altogether. Good news is that I am moving on. I'm going to be in PEI on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday of this week. And then I'll be moving to Fredericton either on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday of next week. And then after that, I'd like to cut through Quebec and just go as fast as I can to get to Victoria. Not only to make up for lost time, but because a lot of people have been saying there's not really much to see in central Canada. I don't know. I'll be the judge of that, I guess. We'll see what happens. I don't really know what my plan is right now, except for what my plan is right now, like pretty much up until Monday, maybe Tuesday of next week. That's all I really know. And I'm okay with that because so far, so good. So this whole like drinking and partying thing, like my intention is to slow it down at least a little bit. Or maybe even to like cut it out altogether. I don't know. It's all, I'm 25 years young. It's all a journey of, every day has been like a journey of self-discovery. Okay, like I'm making mistakes and I'm learning new things and I'm meeting new people and I'm experiencing new things. And yeah, I just want to have fun. So consider this the first unofficial message that Hike for Humanity is going to go through a little bit of branding, a change of branding. So I want this trip to be about this. For now, if you want to follow along, if you want to see what's good, if you want to see what's going on in my life as I backpack across Canada, and I'm going to take, you know, some pictures and stuff like that, and I want to show you guys like some beautiful things that maybe some of you guys will never get the opportunity to do this. So why would I keep this all to myself when I have the opportunity to share it with other people? I don't know. Why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Not right now, at least. And I'm open to maybe that answer changing. So I want to keep sharing my journey. But I also want you guys to know that I'm not Christ the King. I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not this like superhero with, you know, with a cape and superpowers, and I want to do this crazy thing and whatever. Like, I'm not even sure if the whole Nobel Peace Prize thing is something that I really want, or maybe I do still want it, but maybe this isn't really the avenue to do it. Maybe this will be like a good start. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. So I'm coming out to you guys. I'm letting you guys know. I'm trying to be as vulnerable as I can right now with this video. Whether or not you guys think I'm a liar, or if you guys think that I am out of integrity, that's all on you. You're entitled to your own opinion. It doesn't really affect me either way, because I'm learning and I'm growing every single day. And what I've committed to from the very beginning is this one belief, that this trip, whatever this trip is about, it's going to evolve over time, and it's going to become more and more clear over time. I know this was a long message. If you guys have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for checking in. I love you guys. Peace out. Have a great day. And until next time, live joyfully. Peace.